Welcome back to G-Man-P, the Great TV. If you tuned in, hit a like, share, and subscribe. If not, we ain't doing no tripping. Now, what we talking about today is some more exposure. A Cuban spy named Anna Motz. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to it. A Cuban spy. Just 10 days after the attack of 9/11, the FBI arrested a 44-year-old woman named Anna Motz. She had nothing to do with the terrorist strikes, but her arrest had everything to do with protecting the country at a time when national security was of paramount importance. Motz, it turned out, was spying for the Cubans from inside the U.S. intelligence community itself. As a senior analyst with the Defense Intelligence Agency, or DIA, and she was soon to have access to classified information about Americans' planned invasion of Afghanistan the following month. Motz was actually the DIA's top Cuban analyst and was known throughout the U.S. intelligence community for her expertise. Little did anyone know how much of an expert she had become and how much she was leaking classified U.S. military information and deliberately distorting the government's view on Cuba. It began as a classic tale of recruitment. In 1984, Motz held a clerical job at the Department of Justice in Washington. She often spoke openly against the U.S. government's policies towards Central America. Soon, her opinions caught the attention of Cuba. Officials who thought she'd be sympathetic to their causes. She met with them. Soon after, Motz agreed to help Cuba. She knew she needed a job inside the intelligence community to do that. So she applied at DIA, a key producer of intelligence for the Pentagon. By the time she started work there in 1985, she was a full recruited spy. To escape detection, Motz never removed any documents from work, electronically or in hard body. Instead, she kept the details in her head and went home and typed them up on her laptop. Then she transferred the information onto encrypted disk and receiving instructions from the Cubans in code via shortwave radio. She met with her handler and turned over the disk. During her years at DIA, security officials learned about her foreign policy views and were concerned about her access to sensitive information, but they had no reason to believe she was sharing secrets, and she has passed the polygraph. Her downfall began in 1996 when an astute DIA colleague acted on a gut feeling, reported to a security official that he felt Motz might be under the influence of Cuban intelligence. The official interviewed her, but she admitted nothing. The security officer filed the interview away until 4 years later when he learned the FBI was working to uncover an unidentified Cuban agent operating in Washington. He contacted the Bureau with his suspicions. After a careful review of the facts, the FBI opened an investigation. Through physical and electronic surveillance and covert searches, the FBI was able to build a case against Motz. Agents also wanted to identify her Cuban handler and were waiting for a face-to-face meeting between the two of them, which is why they held off arresting her for some time. However, outside evidence overtook the investigation. As a result of the 9/11 attacks, Motz was about to be assigned work related to U.S. war plans. The Bureau and the DIAs didn't want that to happen, so she was arrested. What was Mott's motivation for spying? Pure ideology. She disagreed with U.S. foreign policy. Motz accepted no money for passing classified information except for reimbursement for some expenses. Motz, who acknowledged revealing the identity of 4 American undercover intelligence officers working in Cuba, pled guilty in 2002 and was sentenced to 25 years in prison. And if you look closely, right here is how she had her use their codes. That's how the spies use, that's their codes. You got to encrypt these codes. That's how they, you know what I'm saying, use the code to be able to talk to the people from where they at. So we just expose them more, you know what I'm saying? More criminals, the real criminals. And to everybody that was tuned in to G-Band, the Great TV, we appreciate it. And to the ones that didn't, we ain't doing no tripping. Peace.